up, y'all? We're gonna be doing this build breakdown a little bit different because the car is gone. So first off, today was a pretty hectic day. Finished up the Monte Carlo, had to deliver the Monte Carlo, and then sadly, the Impala, which we've been keeping under wraps, my 96 Impala, the shop car, was sold. So we had to finalize some odds and ends on that, which we've been doing for the past couple weeks. And that was actually sent out to Atlanta to the new owner today. So when I say today was a hell of a day, most definitely was. Neither of the deliveries had any of the clients here, so they were both shipped out. So still had to finish up the detail on the Monte Carlo, still had to start the detail on the Impala, and had both these shippers waiting here at the bay door, like what the fuck's going on. Gotta give it to the team, all right? Everybody stepped up, Pancho, Mondo, Tina, Nando, Matt, especially Limber and Poppy, because of the detail and buff to be able to get the paint on both of them exactly where it was. Limber, I gotta give a shout out to him because he had that car ready for the show, which was last Friday, Fuel Fest, and then had to redo it again just for delivery. So a lot of time on that one. But anyway, let's get rolling. Project Monte Carlo SS, which everybody's been waiting for. I've actually been waiting to release this because we got a lot of detail hours on this vehicle. A lot of fabrication from engine bay to the trunk, underneath, frame. So let's get to it. 1987 Monte Carlo SS. This car already came to us running with the LSA in it. No wheels, already had disc brakes on it and had a stereo. Our job was to fit some 24s on it, do paint and body, and then pretty much get it up to our standards. All right, so we'll start off with the exterior. Full custom paint. I don't remember the exact paint code because they was gonna ask, but we gotta keep that under wraps because it was a specific color for the client. But it is a deep, deep midnight blue with a heavy metallic flake to it. On the wheels and tires, it's 24 by 10s up front, 24 by, now excuse me, I said 12s originally. It's 24 by 11.5s in the rear. All right, up front, we're running a 255, 30, 24. In the rear, originally, our goal was to have a 295, 30, 24, but we kept having issues with just having the clearance on the outer wall of the fenders, so we ended up having to go down to 295, 25, 24, which gave us enough clearance. We got rear bump stops on it. We did all stainless brake lines from the Willwood master cylinder all the way down. Each wheel caliper, front and rear, all hard lines. Custom painted the Willwood calipers to match the body of the vehicle, put the client's insignia in it. Then with the custom made 24s we made in a chrome finish, and then the inside windows of the wheel are color matched to the vehicle as well. So all little accents all throughout the vehicle. Just enough chrome, just enough polish to kind of break up that deep blue. Suspension wise, up front we're rocking tubular control arms, Viking adjustable coilover. In the rear it is actually custom tube arms that we made for the rear suspension. Car already had a 4.9" in the rear, so the original control arms they had didn't work with the 24s we had. So we made custom lower control arms and adjustable uppers, and we're running Alden American adjustable coilovers in the rear with custom brackets that we made for the lowers, because with the wheels and I guess the weight of the vehicle, the trunk, the lower mounts kept flexing and bending, so we actually made our own. Now we move to the back. We went ahead to clear the 24 by 11.5s on a 295 tire with being able to cycle the wheel up and down. We went ahead and did custom wheel tubs in the rear, relocated the batteries from the front of the vehicle to the rear, and then made a custom battery rack on the driver's side, and then on the passenger side, a custom amp rack. So there's still actually a pretty good amount of trunk space in this vehicle. After all that body work was done, we took the body off, rhino lined the belly of the vehicle, I want to say a satin black. All the inside of the fender wells, front and rear, same thing, it's all rhino lined. Or actually, I'm sorry, Raptor lined, not rhino lined, Raptor lined. We then went ahead, and everybody knows the G-bodies are notorious for the G-body shuffle because the frames don't have enough bracing. So we went ahead and did a rear bracing on the coilover towers, or the old spring towers, and then actually tied the bracing in coming up to the middle of the frame, and then also did plates behind the frame. Also, I keep forgetting, we nailed the frame probably about a couple inches to be able to clear. So that's why we braced the rear of it. Then sent the frame out for powder coat, got it back, full assembly. As we put the vehicle back together, we did a custom 3-inch exhaust from the headers back. Obviously the headers over there, but we did our own exhaust. It is a true dual stainless exhaust setup. What I realized, a lot of the G bodies are not running them up and over, and they got turn downs on them. And I realized why, because this was a pain in the ass to get accomplished and have it squatting. There's not much room on it, but we got it to work. This thing sounds good. Got a nice little street tune on it. It moves good. Interior was already done, so we just cleaned up a bunch of stuff. We had to redo some of the carpet on it. We had to actually narrow the rear seats because of the tubs. Custom drive shaft, aluminum drive shaft we had made. We deleted the spare tire, little cubby in the trunk, made that flat. So now that when you lift the car up, it would have been nice to remake the tank to fill up that extra space, but I mean, that could be something on a later date. Now back to the front of the vehicle. Stock gearbox, Moog, tie rods, and all the steering. Now we get to the good stuff. Probably one of the best focal points to this build is the engine bay. Under the hood is an LSA, which was already in the vehicle, but we got to do our thing to it. Respectively, I would say that this one's about like 560 horse. Nothing substantially crazy, but I mean, for a G body, that's night and day difference. I mean, that stock 305 that came in them, I don't even know what they made, but definitely doubled the horsepower up real easy on this one. So up top, right off the lid, we went with some custom AN lines running into the heat exchanger, which we ran past the firewall through the passenger side fender, so no lines were visible. Same thing on the firewall, which you'll see, completely smooth, shaven. Only thing you see on the passenger side firewall is the bulkhead for the AC. We also did a vintage air setup in this. I keep forgetting to say that. Those lines actually run tucked through the passenger fender as well. Now we get to the best part about the engine bay is the custom front fender liners, which we made. We got rid of the plastic fender liners, fabricated our own wheel well tubs with custom bead rolling, and it's got a flare so that actually it has enough room for the 24x10 to cycle. Almost full lock. I'd probably say we lost about 15% turning radius because of the wheels, but we still wanted them inset and wanted them almost kind of flush to the fenders instead of, you know, everyone runs like a 24 by 8.5 or 9 and they're super sunken in. But you can see in the video how it sits and it's fully drivable, and you got, like I said, about 15% less lock. Oh, on the front wheel wells, how we're able to get that lock, we ended up having to reshape. Damn, we actually did it front and rear. Both wheel well openings, front and rear. We had to reshape the bottom portion, so the front lip on the front bumper we had to cut, re-plastic weld, shorten that probably about 3 inches. Same thing with the fenders, we had to cut and shorten them probably about 3 inches all around front and rear to be able to get the wheels to cycle, but still kept the factory body line. So honestly, if you're looking at it, you can't even tell. On the top side of the motor, custom sheet metal motor cover we made, got rid of the plastic LSA one, the little accent with the supercharger emblems. Then we custom fabricated the intake box. It already had the radiator cover, which we sent out and got polished. And then we mirror imaged the intake box shape on the passenger side, which houses some of the AC stuff and the heat exchanger. So basically when you're looking, pop the hood, you look at it, it's just pretty as hell. And I almost forgot our infamous wiper cowl delete. For this Monte Carlo, since the engine bay was so clean as far as the firewall and the tubs, there was no need. It's a Cali car, once again, there was no need to have wipers or anything like that. So we went ahead and deleted the initial wiper cowl wiper motor and made a custom wiper cowl delete to fit the front windshield. That kind of ties up the engine bay, in my opinion. So when you're looking at it, hood open, starts from the front bumper all the way back. You see the nice little polished accents, can't even talk. Going into the custom fender liners, back to the firewall, back to the fucking wiper cowl delete. It's like just clean, all the way through. So everybody's been hitting me up, DMing us. So if anybody has any questions about the fender liners, wiper cowl delete, intake, engine cover, any of the metal work that we did in there, email us, ssmotorsports21@yahoo.com. Email us, and as of right now, we only have that engine cover for the LSA, so we can replicate those. I got somebody to hit me up with a Magnuson blower and then a Whipple blower. Anything other than that, we would need that vehicle here to fabricate it off. It was all one-off. So, but anyway, like I said, lovely build. I hope to see this one on the streets. Hope it doesn't sit up. But I'm out.